I'll, after I get out of this demo and hit new game, time actually is going to start uh, when I get control in the warp room, so I'll count down to that. So here we go. Alright, 3, 2, 1, start time. Alright, this is Crash 200% no game abuse, and what this category is getting to getting the crystal from each of the 25 levels and getting to the end of the level. And then after each 5 there's a boss fight. And that's all the levels. So for each... Well, most of the levels are this like ordinary movement type, and what I'm doing is neutral slide spinning. That's the fastest way of movement across ground. And what I do is I slide and I chain a spin onto the end of it without continuing to press the directional button, and that keeps my slide speed into the spin.
You also like to move back and forth really fast while moving too?
Yes. But in every warp room except the 4th, I'm just going to do the levels in order.
It's called zigzagging, by the way, and it's faster than just ordinary.
Yeah, you may have noticed I skipped getting a 3rd mask there. That's because neutral slide spinning does not... well, you can still do it in 3rd mask form, but it's slower. So we don't want that.
Form kind of locks your speed, and it's really funny because the only thing it makes faster is crawling. So sometimes you can see when Crash is crawling on the floor, and he goes really super fast, but it's still slow compared to neutral slide spinning. It's just really funny when he does it sometimes. I had bacon, and I had fruit for breakfast. It was based. You can do these levels in any order you want. There's nothing stopping you from doing level 5 first and then doing level 1 later. However, there's usually a route that's faster than the other, and it involves 2 things: carrying masks from different levels into other levels and abusing the masks, and it also involves just which levels are right there closer to you.
Yeah, because 3rd mask form is undesirable, mask order doesn't really matter too much in the any percent categories. Only having them for abuses you might want to do.
Yeah, you skipped that gem right there. He doesn't need it.
Yeah, that gem was there because there was still some time on that in-game timer. But getting it would just waste a little bit of time in the warp room afterwards. What I was trying to do when jumping over those birds was come in contact with the back of it to get a slight boost forward. That last one, that worked right, but I was a little bit off on the previous ones. There we go. And I took the left branch because that's where the crystal is. But in 100% there's backtracking to get the boxes down the right branch.
Anything else worth mentioning that's crucial to gameplay of this game?
Yeah, we have the main things here.
There's a few vehicles and a few individual things that could be explained as they come about. That was unfortunate. But yeah, that's it for the most part.
Yeah, now these boulder levels are mainly about knowing the layout so that you're ready for what's ahead.
It's kind of impressive to see people do it backwards. But you learn it. You do it a bunch of times and you learn it. And you know what's in front of you. Or behind you. Which one is it?
Now, only one of those nitros exploded because I got the rest of them off screen. That's fine for this category, but you actually have to hang back a little bit there in 100%. So now that we have our first 5 crystals, we have our first boss fight. This fight is pretty much an auto-scroller. Ripperoo is going to do exactly the same pattern every single time you do this fight. So it's just a matter of finishing it.
Now here we're fighting a kangaroo in a straitjacket. His name is Ripperoo. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is a great time for a donation.
Alright, thanks for that sick hookup. Alright, Devil Raider donated $5. Yo, shout out to my main man Ted. Really hope you enjoyed that bacon this morning, brother. Sounds delish. Also tell the 7 little Teds I said, hey, I picture it like Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, only it's Big Ted and the 7 little Teds inside of his body. Love ya.
That's pretty funny. I also see that this PlayStation 2 is a PAL, and it looks like I'm guessing a 70K.
Yes.
Mind telling about what the different emulators and PlayStations used for this game typically are? I guess? I don't know. Or I'll just say it and let you focus.
Alright.
People typically use the slim PS2s because they're faster, because load times and lag. Typically 90K is preferred over 70K. I don't think there's a huge difference between them. And PAL is preferred in this game over NTSC. Something to do with the frame rate and crash moves a little bit faster.
They overcompensated slightly for the reduction of frame rate.
Yeah, that.
This allows making some jumps that you can't do in NTSC.
You can. You just gotta zigzag more.
Well, I mean with respect to height.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that too. So chat's died down a little bit. What's poppin'? I don't know. I'm bored here. I'm looking at chat, and come on, guys. Stump's doing this great run for you guys. Whoa! There we go. Right there was a bunch of boxes and a strange-looking platform there. That is one of 5 secret exits in this game, only used in the 100% run. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're secrets. Ooh.
I wasn't sure I had the cycle there.
See, he just skips that mask. Doesn't want it. Yeah, Stumping. What other? Someone in chat's asking, will you branch out into other games? Haha, Barrett. Get it? It's a pun. A lot of these levels have pun names to them. If you thought my puns during the Wave Race 64 run were bad, just wait till you see some of these level names. Barrett.
So the thing about the bear levels is you cannot stop moving forward. That makes these levels a great pain in 100%. But in this, we just survive.
Hey, those whales look like me. Fat jokes. That's another name of a level in this game. If you want to learn more about this game, feel free to buy the Puma's official strategy guide for Crash Bandicoot 2. It contains all the hints and tricks and things that you need to complete this game to 100% full completion, and it tells you all the things that you probably already know about the game and that are super obvious. Dude, I love strategy guides. I read those all the time as a kid.
Now, in this level, it actually is possible to slide spin under those electric gates. But if your slide spin ends directly under them, that's not good.
Feel free to also read the game booklet that comes within your PlayStation 1 video game copy of Crash Bandicoot 2, and that'll tell you even more basic hints and tricks and things about the game, such as sliding. Sliding is done by pressing the R1 button or the circle button. There are also boxes. If you break every box in the game, you collect a clear gem at the end of the level. And that clear gem can be used for 100% completion of the game. You also must collect crystals within the level in order to beat it. Don't touch nitro crates, those are bad. And yeah, I can't think of what else the guide would tell you. Just super obvious stuff like that, you know, it's a good help. Of course, if you bought it on eBay, it probably doesn't come with that unless you paid an extraordinarily amount of money, because that's how things are these days. Hype!
With all these boost pads here, you can get so far ahead of that boulder that you can't even see it anymore.
I like how during that last section, the game designers decided to make a bunch of speed pads, but then at the very end add a crate there that you have to body slam. So you very, very quickly got to body slam that crate like Indiana Jones grabbing his hat just at the end of running away from the boulder. Just got to do something, you know, extra there at the end while precariously running from death.
There was something similar in the previous boulder level where there were 3 sets of boxes behind the electric barriers on the sides at the end. With neutral slide spinning, having enough time isn't a problem, but casually it's very tight.
Yeah. These sewer levels look cool, but they're probably really nasty and smell really bad. Oof. P.U.
I didn't get ahead of that. Oh well.
You don't want to fall here because there's hot pipes beneath you. I bet it is. Do we have any more donations?
Yeah, we got another boss fight here that's effectively an auto-scroller.
And here we see in its native habitat the Komodo dragons. These are named Komodo Moo and Komodo Joe, and here they practice their natural habit of throwing knives at a Bandicoot, and that is the Animal Planet thing on Komodo Brothers, on what Komodo dragons actually do. And yeah, that's true.
There's a glitch that can happen at the beginning of this where the game considers you to always be close enough to the one in the center for him to do his sword attack and continuously hit you.
Oh,
That
I never knew about that.
That happened during my last practice run before this.
Is that avoidable?
I'm not sure what causes it, but generally after you die to it, it's not the case when you respawn.
Oh, that's good.
Just loses a little bit of time.
It's a nice username in chat, Pico the Obese Mexican. Here we see in its native oh, well, it's dead.
Here we see another timer that will result in there being a gem at the end of the level, and again, we will not be grabbing it, because that would be slow.
And this up here is an unavoidable damage abuse in NoGo were practically unavoidable, but basically the whole idea there is the developers wanted you to go all the way back on foot and destroy those plants, but you just boost through there, lose a mask, whatever, and then you go on. This level's name is Sewer or Later. You recall in the last level, there was a yellow gem at the end, which was not collected, and there was a yellow gem platform there, that was outlined. I think you can put 2 and 2 together.
Oh, I almost made it through that without taking a hit. You're intended to spin 3 of those enemies into the fan to completely remove it. But with the right timing, you can squeeze through with only 1 of the fan blades removed.
Yeah, let's do a donation. I think they want me to read it. Do they want me to read it?
You can
Okay.
join in.
You can join in. Hello, everyone. This is I, the Indiana Joe. We received a $1 donation from Devil Rider, who said, "Give Joe the microphone and make her say, 'My man Ted!'" Devil Rider has also donated another $4 and has said, "Ted has to say, 'My man Ted,' 5 times, 1 for each dollar." However, he has corrected himself and said that he wanted me to do it. So, thought we'd get a group thing going. If we could all shout out, "My man Ted," 4 times real fast for the stream. Can I get a 1, 2, 3? My man Ted! My man Ted! My man Ted! My man Ted!
Oh my God! Here you are, my man. Woo! I love it.
I wonder if the hotel staff heard that.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're animals.
Yeah. Can we give a shout out to Chad? Did we do that yet?
Shout out, you just did.
Did we? Can we do that?
Whatever you want.
There's this base dude that named Chad that gave people some Starbucks coffee. He's based.
Oh yeah, Chad. Oh
Yeah. Shout outs to base Chad.
yeah. Also T.
Yeah, his name is literally Chad.
Yeah, no jokes, no jokes.
Yeah. The name of that level is Bear Down. Hey, who said that? Man, you gotta embrace the puns. Oh! It's different. It's just not the same, man. Alright, and now we go to Unbearable.
This level's sort of a cross between bear levels and boulder levels.
Yes, as you shall soon see.
So we see the bears again, but larger. And angrier. Also, the electric barriers are a little bit lower, so you can no longer NSS under them. So that means I gotta be careful of where I'm actually starting the slide phase of my neutral slide spins.
That bear looks like one of the stuffed animals you see at a dentist's office with his teeth all poking out. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, those stuffed animals that just have like really just unnecessarily big white teeth. You know? That's what those bears remind me of.
I would be really sure I didn't
And now
hit
we
the
got polar bear
electric gate there.
And he did it. The mic's not broken. If it's too loud, you're too old. Oh, it is? Oh, I'm so sorry. I really didn't mean to, like, insult you. I thought you were just making a comment that was like, I'd really prefer if it be this way, but I didn't realize that there was an issue. And so because of that, I just wanted to very sincerely apologize. Like this? Okay. I am very, very sorry. I didn't mean that. Boy, I can't wait till we get to my run, which met the donation incentive right after this. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be, because my PB is so terrible in that, it's almost guaranteed that I'm going to PB in it. And as a result, we're going to have a really funny VOD for my PB.
Yeah. Now, that fight was probably the main impact of RNG on the run, as that impacts that's what determines which platforms fall. And the first two phases, Tiny went right. I was able to get Tiny to go right onto a platform that had fallen, but not on the third one.
To the RNG gods.
I guess. Yeah. So this is the fourth whip room. This is the one that I'm going to not do in order, because I want to bring two masks into hanging out. And that is because the masks actually speed up the hanging sections above the red hot pipes. And there's a long section of that in hanging out with a mask box right before it. However, these two masks are the only ones in this level, so I've got to not get hit the entire rest of the time.
You're doing a good job so far.
We'll see what the bees have to say about that.
So do you think it'd be a good idea if Crash carried around with him some epinephrine for the bees that sting him so he doesn't get such a reaction and die? Is this better? I'll hold it like this. I'm holding it like this. What's best? Where should I hold the mic? Okay, I'm just gonna hold it like this. Okay. Also, in this game, there's some really clever death animations, which are pretty cool. So far, you don't really see the death animations in a speed run because the whole idea is you go fast and you're not supposed to die. But for instance, if the bees sting you, Crash just swells up and gets an allergic reaction, and it's pretty funny. Or you can get electrocuted, and that's pretty funny. Like, haha, you know. And they just have death animations for a bunch of stuff in this game. $1,500 hype. We just reached 1,500.
Alright, here's the third mask form coming up.
Yeah.
You can see how slowly Crash is moving across the grid here. I'm not going for that. I want to be sure that you get to see what happens here. This is why this is the one place that you want to get the third mask. All that extra speed.
Oh, I did
Now-
not know about that. That the boulder could, or the barrel doesn't explode in, I guess, that situation you were in. It's new
Yeah.
to me.
That body slam was due to the hit that I took there, boosting me a little bit off the ground. The button that does the slide is the same button that does a body slam if you press it in the air. So if you think you're on the ground but you're not, you can accidentally body slam and waste a little bit of time.
Oh my goodness. Well, let me tell you. Hey guys, it's the Indiana Joe here. We just received a $5.73 donation from Devil Rider, which officially puts us at $1,500. His donation reads, and I'm gonna do my best with this. Oh my goodness. When that April with his shore suit, the drought of March hath pursed the root, and bathed every vein in sweet liquor, of which virtue endangered is the flower, when Zephyrus eke with his sweet breath inspired hath in every holt and heath. Thank you.
Okay.
We just snapped.
Okay. Oh, snap.
Sometimes we clap, sometimes we snap. And you saw the human emotions in this year. We snap all the time. Oh, that was awful.
So, hey, I got an idea. How about, we give a shout out to a couple runs that were very funny, and we recommend the VODs. People watch the VODs too. So, yeah. I've been busy, I haven't seen everything, but the first run I'll give shout outs to is the Communist Mario run. Oh man. Yeah. Do you have...
Yeah, another run that you should definitely check out is the Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Aqua Beginner. That was an insane run. Memes everywhere. It was hilarious. So definitely recommend that one. You know, in fact, I'll just recommend every run because, you know, you should watch them all and enjoy. And don't forget to check out our runs in the future. You definitely should stick around.
Sweet. Oh boy, another donation.
From Metroid MST himself, $4.04. Oof. Donation not found. What a time to be alive, everybody. Apparently the Odd Squad is back to their old terrible ways.
Oh, so, some fun Crash Bandicoot trivia, I guess. So, some speedrun related trivia too. In that previous level that Stump just did, Cold Hard Crash level 18, the icicle level, the death route is actually faster for the any percent glitchless category, which is the one that Stump is currently running. Any percent no game over abuse, and is the only instance in the entire original 3 trilogy of the Crash Bandicoot series, with the exception of Castle Machinery in Crash Bandicoot 1, where the gem route or the death route is the fastest method, is faster than doing the main route of completing the level. There's some fun trivia for you. Yeah, thank you. So, Stump, how are we doing in terms of how good this run is, how close it is to PB, etc.?
Well, with a couple deaths that have happened, it's probably still alright for me.
Alright.
Without splits in front of me, I can't really say.
Are you interested in hearing what the time so far is, or not really?
I wouldn't really be able to compare it to
Alright. Well, that
this
works.
well.
We'll find out at the end. Now, going to face a boss engine, and in this boss battle, Crash magically shoots Wumpa fruit bombs from his head. Yep. Crash hasn't earned the fruit bazooka yet. He does that in Crash 3.
Alright, I'm gonna have double hands here. Each one dies on its 10th hit. Double hands is free. Double shoulders is a little trickier though.
Oh, quick question. Do you do jetpackless?
No.
Okay. That is a cool glitch in the Crash Bandicoot 2 that you can do. Stump is not going to be doing for that because it's a pretty hard trick to do, and it's not marathon safe because you can crash the game easily. But it's a very cool trick where you can skip past collecting the jetpack and just do the level on foot. Instead of doing a vehicle level you're normally supposed to do through a vehicle. And their engine is defeated. I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but I think, nah, never mind.
Yeah, we're on the last 5 levels, and
This is
4 of them are actually 2 pairs of new level types.
the The name of this level is called Piston It Away. Oof. That was close.
Oh! Oh, good thing I had a mask. Oh! I was trying to 3D jump around the next one, but didn't press down enough.
Well, at least you got the checkpoint.
Yeah.
I like how the checkpoint part of it fades into the ground. It's also very cool how the checkpoint crate, when you break it, it just busts apart and folds open, which is very cool. And it's like, oh, that's very neat. And then it marks, you know, where the checkpoint is, and it's like, it's cool. It just looks cool. Yeah. I like the Wilhelm scream there.
Yeah, those screams are the best part of this level. They make up for how terrible this level is in 100%. So here's Rocket, one of the 2 jetpack levels. We mentioned the existence of jetpack lists, which
Yeah.
I'm not doing because it's not marathon safe.
Yeah.
But one of the things about this level, these levels, is that they have a PAL-specific skip in them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when there are the floating enemies you can see ahead. If I hit them and just keep going forward, I can go right past it.
Ooh, you went right through the middle of those guys.
And straight through that plasma field.
I don't know.
That only works on PAL.
Did you break that checkpoint there?
I think I did.
Okay. Hopefully we won't need to find out. And there we are. I like how all the Cortex minions look like they have inverted cone heads. Did you ever notice that? It's pretty funny. Are you going to show off doing this without using the light from the bug?
I
Stump?
don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay. It's very exemplary of just how, if you play a game enough, you memorize stuff, and you can do it essentially blind by doing it without using the bug. If you memorize where all the stuff is, and it looks impressive, but it's actually not that hard once you learn it, you know?
The bugs also serve to show how much extra speed is gained through NSSing, because the bugs are timed so that each one will run out as you get to the next one under casual conditions. But you can see I'm often keeping one bug well past the next one.
Here we have the final of 2 jetpack levels.
Well, Cortex might count.
I guess, yeah, I didn't think about that.
Although that's a level that barely exists.
I like how you tried to break the checkpoint, didn't break it, but you just said, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. I don't need. And there you did it again. You went to break the checkpoint, decided I'm pretty good at this game, and went right past it.
YOLO
You
mode
also-
activated.
Yep, you also have 2 masks.
Yeah, the masks help too.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
And the wires cooperated.
I am not saying that on stream. What Chad is saying. I will say that I think it's funny, but I am not going to say it. Nice 3D jump.
There's our 25 crystals.
Yeah.
That level feels like it would have been a gold split if I were using my splits. Oh well.
Yeah, it looked like you didn't make any mistakes to me.
Yep. So now that we have all the crystals, it's time for the most anticlimactic boss fight ever. Time's gonna end when I land
Yeah,
the
be
third
running on
hit.
time.
Alright, we're just about at that last hit. And time.
There we go.
Nice. Oh, that's crashed to any percent no-go.